to Hillary Clinton and what I just did in my editorial there. She called Trump voters deplorable, racist, xenophobes, you name it. Roll tape.
Just be grossly generalistic. You could put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. Right? The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it.
Nigel Farage is with us. He's the former UK Independence Party leader. He's the man who led the Brits out of the European Union. Now, Nigel, there's a bit of a delay in us speaking here, so I can't have a normal conversation with you. But let me just ask you a question, then you take it. They said exactly the same thing about you, did they not, when you were organising Brexit? Go.
Oh, yes. I mean, in fact, when David Cameron once was asked about UKIP voters, and I quote, he said they are loonies, fruitcakes, and closet racists mostly. Well, that was nice of the Prime Minister, wasn't it, to talk about millions of British people. And what happened during the referendum was they said that Leave voters are old, angry, ill-educated, and motivated by racist thoughts. Now, the reason for doing that was to say to people in the middle, to say to undecided voters, look, for goodness sake, if you vote Leave the EU, you are joining up with this appalling group of people. And that's exactly the same game that Hillary was trying to play just a few days ago. And when she used the word deplorables, well, I'll tell you what I think. I think only one person comes out of this deplorably, and that's Hillary Clinton. Part of that same kind of elite that I saw in London, but in this case based in Washington, who has absolutely no understanding of how ordinary people live their lives.
Now, excuse me, earlier this morning, Donald Trump, and I believe you have appeared with Donald Trump, you appeared with him in Mississippi a couple of weeks ago. You're basically a supporter of Donald Trump. He came out this morning and said that what Hillary had said over the weekend was one of the biggest mistakes of this political season. I take it you agree with him, and do you agree that what she said will actually turn a lot of people to Trump and not enhance her own support? Go.
Well, what we've seen, I think, over the Western world, you know, last 10, 20 years, is this new sort of political aristocracy that have taken over. And the Clinton family in America, you know, sum that up rather beautifully. And they are very out of touch with the views of ordinary people. And if they think by insulting the silent majority, they're doing themselves a favour by effectively demeaning people, by demonising people, then they were in for a big shock in Brexit, and I suspect she's in for a big shock in this American campaign as well. And I'll tell you why. People simply have had enough of being sneered at by out-of-touch, professional career political elites.
Nigel, you can't hear them, but I know a few of our viewers will be cheering you on big time this morning, and we thank you very much for coming back on the show. Nigel Farage, everyone. We'll see you again soon. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.